Listen to this. President-elect William Ruto's determination to succeed in life goes back to his high school days. A letter unearthed by Citizen TV reveals. The letter, written by the young William Ruto back in 1984 as he cleared his O-levels, paints a picture of a focused young man who was keen on leadership, academic excellence, and observing a strong Christian faith. Let's get more from our very own Brenda Wanga.
Wareng High School was the next stop in President-elect William Ruto's academic journey. In early 1981, William Ruto received a letter informing him that he had secured a place to the school for his O-level studies. Peter Waweru was a teacher at the school when Ruto joined.
When I came to see whether they have reported, I saw a small child with very bright eyes. And that picture has never stopped, has never come out of my mind.
A young Ruto enrolled at the school that would be his home for 4 years, enjoying his studies and stay there by his own admission in a letter that he wrote as he exited the school for his A-levels at Kapsabet High School.
And he was a dreamer, dreaming big, because I have even come across a letter which he wrote at the end of his O-levels. I don't know whether it has no address.
In the letter that reads like his biography at that time, the president-elect outlined his family history, including his date and place of birth and the size of his family. He says in the letter, and I quote, "In my family, there is a father, 2 wives, 9 brothers and 7 sisters, and a grandmother, hence a family of 20 bodies." The letter also details the president-elect's triumphs and struggles in high school. He writes, and I quote, "In school, I enjoyed literature as a favorite subject. Others are English, CRE, maths, and geography. Despite of other subjects like maths and chemistry being hard, I have liked them so much," end of quote. He liked literature so much that he harbored ambitions of being a writer himself. He says in the letter, "Literature has been my best subject, and with the help of God, I hope to write at least a book in future." Those ambitions seem to have changed from author to an astute politician, now at the top of his game and days away from assuming the country's leadership mantle. But the bedrock of his accomplishment remains, as he stated in 1984 when he wrote that letter, "I know that success is a result of hard work." That work ethos evident even during his time in Wareng. His academic records prove that he took his own advice seriously, always securing a top 10 position during his time at the school.
He was a very brilliant student. He was a top of his class, because from the records, although I was not here, but from the records, he was index 3.
Beyond academics, the president-elect also details how his leadership skills and strong Christian values were shaped and sharpened at the institution. "I have been able to meet several obstacles, but because of my Christian stand, I have managed to conquer all. As the hostel captain, I have found problems here and there, since where food is concerned, there is always a lot of problems. But because of my bravery and Christian stand, I have managed to go through," he wrote. A lot has changed at this school since the president-elect left in the early 80s. For instance, this dormitory, christened Siberia, due to the cold that permeated its thin wooden walls and where the president-elect spent 1 year, no longer serves as sleeping quarters for students. The infrastructure changes funded partly by the country's president-elect.
Now we are just seated next to a building which he supported this school to be constructed. And we are very, very happy of the support that he has given us. And we are believing and we trust that he has us in his mind.
Wareng now sits poised to join the ranks of educational institutions that have shaped the country's leadership when William Ruto becomes the 5th president after the power handover on Tuesday. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.